Hi, this is Aziz Khan with my today's comment on some headlines. We start from CNN. So Trump is still in the race, even with this Corona and the Black Lives Matter and now this John Bolton. Everything is there, but still the hopes are high for the man because the man is quite strong and he is not ready to take any uh, he's not saying that he's losing. I mean, if he don't believe, I mean, then how can he lose? So even some of his aides are like they are calling Bolton as a traitor, and a lot of analysis says that Trump is losing, but Trump don't believe that he is losing. So Facebook took down Trump's ad because they used Nazi symbols. Twitter labels video Trump tweeted as manipulated media. So everything is going against him right now. But let's see, because if what we generally say that if you don't, I mean, what happens with you is what you already believe. So if he don't believe that he is going to lose, so maybe if he is not going to lose, I mean, let's see. November is not too far, so let's see what happens when the poll are being done in the US. So Kim Jong-un's sister takes center stage amid chaos in Koreas. So Koreas are fighting, and this lady is now in the center of everything. China is promising to write off some loans to Africa. So let's see what happens. South Africa is getting very high number of cases, and a lot of countries are getting very high number of cases, but still because of a lot of reasons there is now generally no lockdown as well. I mean, because everything is being opened as well. So healthy changes who took prevention die suddenly of COVID-19. Yeah, this is really bad. I mean, even in Pakistan also we hear this thing that a lot of very young guy who were very fine and suddenly they died of COVID-19, and which is quite strange. Uh, Something that which is not very easy to be believed, because initially it was thought that maybe COVID is I mean, not to say like that, but COVID is to cleanse the world of people with a bit higher age, like above 60. But it looks like that this is not anymore. I mean, maybe the people above 60 have developed some good habits, or because maybe the people below 60 were very uh, they took it very unseriously. They did not understood that this can harm them. So maybe the balance is now in has gone somewhere in between. So a lot of young people are also dying. Scientists feel deforestation, fires, and COVID could create a perfect storm. Two Canadians held in China have usually been charged with spying. So China has caught some Canadians, some Australians for spying. So let's see. China is already in a fight with India. So a lot is going on with China. Namibia's last wild horses. So basically, China and India, they need each other a lot, and they cannot work like that. So it looks that uh, they should not fight like that. Asia's richest man get 1.5 billion from Saudi Arabia for his war chest. So this he got some investment in his steel business by Saudi Arab. So like yesterday I see on that even some of the programs in India which were against China, that quit Chinese things, and these programs were sponsored by Chinese companies. So China is too much in India. So how can India run away from China? They will have to make some kind of give and take. I mean, they should have to bear each other because they cannot live like that. So we go to BBC. While volatility in December, study finds, okay, even if it was in December, then what can we do now? So big moments at UK lowers virus alert level. So this is something, I mean, the countries are lowering the virus alert level and the numbers are going high. So this is what I say, that this is a thing that they should understand more. So in India's Chennai back in lockdown as cases spike. So even the rickshaw driver was wearing the full suit like a doctor, and but still the cases are going high and high. So a recession can be a good time to start a business. This is a very good point. Sometimes a recession can be a good time for some specific businesses, and if you have any understanding of this thing, then you can make a very good point in it. But generally speaking, recession is not a good time for everything. So it is a good time only for those people who have some very good knowledge of something. So China is getting better and better day by day. They are putting good pictures of China, beautiful China, and China getting back to everything. So, but at the same time, new reports are being reported of COVID-19. So experts say that Beijing's epidemic situation is under control. But the problem is that these experts, they can say anything, and then when something happens, then they show you that they have said both type of things. I mean, they had said that it could be under control and it could go out of control as well. So Canada got 100,000 confirmed cases. Eiffel Tower to reopen now. So France is getting ready to get more and more cases. So let's go to Al Jazeera. Now China is saying that they have released all their prisoners that they had caught initially. So Modi meets opposition as India seeks to ease China tension. So China is in a big tension with India, but it looks that both countries have released the main pressure. So let's see. UK lowers virus alert. Pelosi orders Confederate portrait out of halls of US Congress. So up till now, what we see is that for this George Floyd case, they are just removing the statues and removing the statues from here, removing the statues from there. It'll just sometimes it looks like that it was all for removing some statues. So if it was just removing for some statues, then I'm sure that very soon something of the same level will strike again, because actually it is nothing about removing of some statues. It is to bring some reforms against racism. There should be some anti-racism reforms. This is what is required to be done. So Reuters is going fine. Church of England says ashamed of its role in slavery. So everyone is ashamed of its role in slavery, but no one is going to do anything about it, and they want to keep it as it is because it gives them a very big, uh, getting people on a very low cost jobs and just sitting at your home and not doing anything difficult or hard labor. You get people from outside for doing hard labor for you, and then when something happens, you just say, "Oh, we hate slavery," but you're not doing anything to stop that slavery. So Australia sees China as main suspect in cyber attacks. So last time also when Australia put an allegation, China caught one of the Australian guy and put his name on a death penalty, and now Australia has said something again. So I can only wish good luck for the Australians in China. One more will be caught now, and his name also we will be put on some. So apart from that, we don't find any big not any big news. And Canadian retail sales down record 26%. South Korea is young motor looking for possible buyer. So a lot of industry is still not in a very good shape. So let's end today's stories. So Trump is in the line and he's not going to give the way to anyone else. And South Korea, after having a man face for many years, now they have a woman's face. So let's see how it goes. So see you tomorrow. Goodbye.